What we got is a 2000 Chrysler 2.7 engine. I just want to show you here where the cam bearings go. On the cylinder head, on the right hand side, it'll have an AR. And then on the other side, it'll actually have a AL, so you know the left head. Okay, the cam bearings. The top cam on this side and the other, these are your intake valves. Your lower ones here, these are your exhaust. Notice there's a number on each cam bearing. If you look, this has a I, there's a 1I. That's the first cam bearing, intake. That little arrow points to the front of the motor. Then the next one, it'll say 2, intake, arrow pointing to the front of the motor. Same thing here, 3, intake, arrow pointing. And it'll go to 4 and 5. On the lower part, the exhaust, it does the same thing. On the first one, 1, E for exhaust, arrow pointing to the front. Same here, 2E, 3E, 4E, 5E. All these bearings, the arrows are pointing to the front. If you have any numbers on your bearings other than that, like I've noticed this one here, use your phone, whatever, take a picture. My first one here, there's a 98. I'm not sure what this number is yet. This is on the intake first one. The intake second one, there's a 26. There's an 01 on the third intake. On the bottom for the exhaust, the very front one has got a 25 on it. That's on the very first bearing. 11 is on the second. Now on the other side, the left side, this is the cylinder head on the left-hand side of the engine. If you're standing behind the engine, you're behind the engine, on the left-hand side is your left hand. Same thing here. It repeats again. 1 intake, arrow pointing to the front. Notice there's a number on that above it. There's an 01. The second one has the same thing. Intake 2, number 23. Arrow pointing to the front. Again, I'm not sure what these numbers are, so make sure you record them on a piece of paper or your phone. Same thing again. There's a 98 on this third one. It's arrow pointing to the front. Third intake. C4. I'm sorry, the arrow pointing to the front. Number 4, intake. Then it repeats down at the bottom. We got first bearing, exhaust. There's an 08. Second, exhaust, arrow pointing to the front. This one has a 17. Number 3E, that's the third one. Exhaust, arrow pointing to the front. 4 and 5 do the same thing. Just remember, if yours has these numbers above, record on a piece of paper, draw yourself a sketch, draw where these cam bearings go so you get them back in the same place. On your cam, if you can, take a crayon, something, mark your cam so you know which one is left side of the motor and which one is your right side. Thank you.